Take a deep breath with me. Slowly, let the air fill your chest. Hold it for a second and now release it. Again, because this moment right here, this quiet, still moment, is more powerful than you think. Before the world reaches you, before expectations begin, before responsibilities start calling your name, there is you, just you. And what you say to yourself in this moment is shaping your entire life. Not tomorrow, not someday, right now. Most people don't realize this. They wake up and immediately step into noise, into comparison, into pressure. And without even noticing, they allow the world to decide how they feel. But you are not most people. You are here because something inside you is ready to awaken, something deeper. Something stronger, something that has been quiet for too long. And today we give it a voice. This is not just motivation. This is a shift. This is about reclaiming something that was always yours, your identity, your energy, your truth, especially if you are a woman, because the truth is the world has misunderstood you. It has tried to define you using limitations. It has told you, be strong, but not too strong. Be soft, but not too soft. Be emotional, but only when it's convenient. And somewhere in between all these contradictions, you lost clarity. You started questioning yourself. You started shrinking parts of who you are just to be accepted. But listen to me carefully. You were never meant to shrink. You were meant to expand. You were meant to expand. You were meant to feel deeply, to love deeply, to live fully, because your depth is not a weakness. It is your power. There is something incredibly powerful about feminine energy. It doesn't force, it flows. It doesn't demand, it attracts. It doesn't always speak loudly, but it is always felt. It is intuitive. It is emotional. It is creative. It is nurturing. It is strong in a way that doesn't need to prove itself. But because it doesn't always look like traditional strength, it has been underestimated, misunderstood, even by women themselves. And that is where the real loss happens. When you begin to doubt your own nature, when you disconnect from your own essence, when you start believing that you need to become someone else to be powerful. But the truth is your power has always been within you. It just needs to be awakened. And that awakening begins with 5 simple lines. 5 lines you speak to yourself every morning, not casually, not without thought, but with intention, with presence, with belief. Even if that belief is small in the beginning, because small belief repeated daily becomes unshakable confidence. Let's begin. The first line, I am enough exactly as I am, and I am becoming more every day. Let that sit with you, because this one line can heal years of self-doubt. Somewhere along your journey, you started believing that you are not enough, not beautiful enough, not successful enough, not perfect enough. And because of that belief, you kept chasing validation, chasing approval, chasing a version of yourself that doesn't even truly exist. But here's the truth. You are not lacking. You are evolving. You are not behind. You are unfolding. You are not broken. You are becoming. There is nothing wrong with growth. There is nothing wrong with wanting more for yourself. But that desire should come from self-love, not self-rejection. You can be proud of who you are and still be excited about who you are becoming. That is balance. That is power. The second line, my emotions are my strength, not my weakness. This line challenges everything you were taught, because for so long, emotions have been treated like a problem, especially for women. You're too emotional. You need to control yourself. You're overthinking, but emotions are not the enemy. They are intelligence. They are awareness. They are your connection to life itself. Your emotions allow you to feel joy deeply, to love deeply, to connect deeply. They also protect you. They tell you when something is wrong. They alert you when something's wrong. They alert you when something doesn't align. But when you ignore them, when you suppress them, when you invalidate your own feelings, you lose that connection. And without that connection, you start living disconnected from yourself. But when you honor your emotions, when you listen to them, when you understand them, you become emotionally powerful, not controlled by emotions, but guided by them. The third line, I choose myself unapologetically. This is where transformation becomes real, because choosing yourself is not easy. It goes against everything you were taught. You were taught to prioritize others, to sacrifice, to give endlessly. And while giving is beautiful, losing yourself in the process is not. Choosing yourself means you recognize your worth, you respect your energy, you honor your needs, you set boundaries without guilt. You say no when something doesn't feel right. You walk away when you are not valued. And yes, some people will not like it. Some people will feel uncomfortable. But that is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to stay true to yourself, because every time you abandon yourself, you create distance between who you are and who you are meant to be. The fourth line, I trust my intuition. It always guides me right. There is a voice inside you, a quiet voice. It doesn't argue, it doesn't force, it simply knows. That voice is your intuition, and it has been guiding you your entire life. But the problem is, you were taught to ignore it, to trust logic more than feeling, to trust others more than yourself. And because of that, you started doubting your own inner voice. But think about it. How many times were you right about something before it even happened? How many times did you feel something was off and later realized it was? That's your intuition. And when you reconnect with it, when you trust it, you stop feeling lost, because you always have guidance from within. The fifth line, I am powerful in my softness and unstoppable in my strength. This line is a reminder of who you truly are, because the world made you believe that softness is weakness. But softness is strength in its most refined form. It is patience. It is compassion. It is emotional depth. It is the ability to remain kind in a world that can be harsh. And your strength, it doesn't need to look aggressive. It doesn't need to be loud. It could be calm. It could be steady. It can be graceful. Real strength is staying grounded when life feels chaotic. It is standing tall when things get difficult. It is standing tall when things get difficult. It is continuing forward even when you feel tired. That is strength. Now, listen carefully. When you speak these 5 lines every morning, you are doing more than repeating words. You are reprogramming your mind. You are shifting your identity. You are breaking old patterns, patterns of self-doubt, patterns of fear, patterns of limitation, and replacing them with confidence, clarity, self-trust. There is a silent power within you, a power that doesn't need validation, a power that doesn't need permission, a power that doesn't need permission, a power that simply exists. And when you connect with it, everything changes. You stop chasing, you start attracting, you stop proving, you start embodying, you stop doubting, you start knowing. Yes, there will be hard days, days when you feel overwhelmed, days when your emotions feel heavy, days when you question yourself. But those days are not your weakness. They are part of your depth, and your depth is what makes you powerful. Never forget this. You are not too much. You were just in spaces that were too small for you. You are not too emotional. You are deeply aware. You are not too sensitive. You are intuitive, and you are not too strong. You are exactly who you need to be. So tomorrow morning, and every morning after that, before the world speaks to you, speak to yourself. Stand in front of the mirror, look into your own eyes, and say these 5 lines slowly, with intention, with belief. Even if your voice shakes, even if your heart feels unsure, say them anyway, because one day you will believe them. And when you believe them, you will become them. You will become them. You will walk differently. You will speak differently. You will think differently. You will live differently. And the world will feel your presence, not because you demanded attention, but because your energy will be undeniable. So stand tall, be soft, but strong, be emotional, but grounded, be powerful, but graceful, be yourself fully, because the world does not need another version of someone else. It needs you, your truth, your depth, your energy. Say it one more time. I am enough exactly as I am, and I am becoming more every day. My emotions are my strength, not my weakness. My emotions are my strength, not my weakness. I choose myself unapologetically. I trust my intuition. It always guides me right. I am powerful in my softness and unstoppable in my strength. Now go and live it every single day, because your life is waiting. Because your life is waiting for you to step into it fully, fearlessly, and unapologetically, starting now.